We see OEMs taking two pathways to autonomy. The first pathway is a very evolutionary pathway. As we go down that ladder of autonomy, what's known as level 1, 2, and 3, these are features you might see today in cars, such as lane keep assistance, adaptive cruise control, automatic braking. Level 4, self-driving systems, and level 5 would be an autonomous vehicle without a steering wheel. That's going to be a longer pathway. There's a lot of difficulties in handing off control between driver and automated system, and especially automated system back to the driver. That's going to require an awful lot of really sophisticated engineering. And the OEM approach to going direct to level 5 means that the OEM can take a few, perhaps shortcuts that they can't take when they're evolving this for a personal car. For example, that handoff between car and driver to car becomes much simpler. There is no handoff. OEMs are building those autonomous features into the vehicles, and they're increasingly going to be those features that drive the sale of that vehicle. Autonomous vehicles are first going to start showing up in commercial operation in cities, in an application we call robo-taxis, or an e-hailing type system, where the taxi that comes to pick you up is fully autonomous. Robo-taxis can be geofenced, meaning that you can limit where they go to and where they come from. The more of those vehicles that you have in service, the more information is going up to the cloud that's then shared back down with the autonomous vehicles. In those situations, the decisions around what type of powertrain to use is highly linked to actually getting permission from the city to have these demonstration programs, and soon decisions around whether letting those demonstration programs become full commercial robotaxi programs. The link I was missing was really the relationship between those demonstration programs and commercial implementations of robotaxis and those urban environments. And it really all has to do with the approvals that a company would need to get in order to be able to deploy a robotaxi in an urban environment. And those decisions are influenced by a lot of things other than just the autonomous system. They're also being influenced by city planners and city regulators that are proposing visions for the elimination of internal combustion engine vehicles from their city centers in the near and into the distant future. So for a company wanting to implement a robotaxi system in an urban center, it really requires them to go at this point with a full battery electric vehicle. And that's the reason why we're going to see the first implementations of autonomy, these robotaxis, by and large, be based on battery electric vehicles. That doesn't mean that all autonomous vehicles are going to be battery electric. What it really means is in those urban centers it will, but for the pathway to electrification for personal use, it's still really anyone's guess of which powertrain is going to be preferred. In fact, hybrid architectures could really be preferred in an autonomous setting for a personal vehicle because of the range that's possible with those types of architectures. And with the advances in hybrid technology, those will be increasingly low CO2, low emission vehicles.